Hola. Benvinguts a una altra edició del D'A, el Festival de Cinema de Barcelona, amb un dissabte molt especial, amb una edició 15 anys i jo crec que molts de vosaltres, els estudiants i estudiants, tots els alumnis i seguidors de Béla Tarr. El que volia dir és benvinguts primer. Això és una sessió especial, hi ha 3 premis aquest any, en aquesta edició de 15 anys, Bruno Dumont, Joana Hoch i el Premi Honorífic per primera vegada aquest any a Béla Tarr. Jo ja no diré res més, gràcies a la col·laboració de l'ECIP i de la Foradada Films, a Manel Raga, i ara us deixo amb Pere Alberó, director de l'ECIP, acadèmic de l'ECIP i, a part de cineasta, que ha presentat pel·lícules en el festival i historiador. Així que, Pere Alberó, sisplau. Ell ens farà una petita glossa per presentar a Béla Tarr i després ja començarem l'acte amb l'entrega del premi, que el tenim aquí, i després hi ha el diàleg entre Manel Raga i Béla Tarr. Així que, Pere, sisplau.
Molt bé, doncs gràcies. Bon dia a tothom, també. La veritat és que és la primera vegada que entrego un premi a ningú, mai ho havia fet, i recorreré a un tòpic, perquè la veritat és que és un honor. Intentaré recompartir el tòpic, en el sentit que penso que Béla Tarr és el cineasta viu més important que hi ha. Llavors, donar-li un premi a ell per primera vegada, un luxe. Gràcies al D'A per aquesta oportunitat. També gràcies a Béla Tarr per ser-hi aquí. És el segon cop que ha pogut estar a l'escola. L'any passat el vam tenir un parell de dies. Aquest any l'hem tingut tota una setmana. O sigui que ha sigut un luxe poder estar amb ell, els alumnes poder treballar amb ell, perquè ha sigut una cosa molt pràctica. I gràcies també al Manel Raga, que ha fet una mica la coordinació de tot això, que ha sigut una moguda brutal, important. I agraït per aquesta oportunitat. Igual haig de justificar una mica aquesta frase una mica grandiloqüent de dir el millor cineasta viu en aquest moment. No sé, podia justificar-ho igual parlant de posada en escena, de plànols seqüències, de crear atmosferes, però penso que seria una mica paraules una mica buides i sobretot per mi el cinema de Béla Tarr és un misteri. Igual és una paraula una mica buida, parla d'un misteri, i l'únic que se m'acut és intentar explicar-ho a partir del primer plànol que vaig veure seu, que ja és una experiència llunyana. El 2002 li vam fer una retrospectiva al Festival de Tessalònica. Ell va ser-hi i va presentar totes les pel·lícules que tenia en aquell moment. I la primera imatge que vaig veure d'ell va ser de La condemna, que és una pel·lícula que veurem alguna cosa avui aquí i que parlarà aquí. Si heu vist el primer plànol, segurament el recordareu, és un primer plànol que és una filera de torres metàl·liques enllaçades per uns cables que van recorrent unes vagonetes, teòricament amb minerals. Surten les vagonetes per al límit a l'angle superior dret i es va perdent fins a l'horitzó. A més, añadiu-li un so que és una mena de baix continu que va recorrent tot el plànol i un so també, un soroll que va puntualitzant, que sembla com les vagonetes al passar per les torres, un so metàl·lic però a vegades sembla que és un cruixit d'ossos trencant-se. A poc la càmera tira cap enrere i descobrim que la càmera està darrere d'uns vidres, d'una finestra, i encara una mica més enrere i descobrim que surt una mica de fum i posteriorment descobrim que hi ha una persona mirant per la finestra, gairebé immòbil i fumant. El plànol dura uns 3 minuts 40 segons. Jo no sabia res de Béla Tarr en aquell moment. Béla Tarr era un nom que corria per festival, no sabia ni com feia cine ni res, però jo crec que només enllà de 2 minuts vaig tenir com una impressió que no havia tingut mai al cinema i no l'he tornat a tenir més, de dir, ostres, aquesta pel·lícula serà la bomba. I sí, va ser la bomba, una experiència, només en 2 minuts descobrir una cosa que trasbalsa absolutament i totes les imatges que han vingut després ha sigut això i per mi és un misteri. És un misteri que, no sé, em costa d'entendre, em costa d'explicar. I em costa d'explicar perquè, sobretot, jo penso que el seu cinema, que és molt proper a cineastes que segurament adoro, els que més adoro, que poden ser Tarkovsky, Angelopoulos, que crec que hi ha moltes coses en comú. La força de la imatge està més a prop, segurament, de la poesia que de la novel·la. Clar, hi ha una cosa que els diferencia moltíssim, i és que tant Tarkovsky com Angelopoulos, diguéssim, el cinema és per grans temes, per coses molt importants, molt transcendents, vull dir, és una cosa realment que pots fotre una queixalada i hi ha molta matèria. Contràriament al seu cinema, quin és el gran tema? Doncs no sé, poder l'espera, o sigui, gent esperant, o caminant i caminant i caminant i caminant, però diries, ostres, amb aquest material que no sustenta sobre grans coses importants, diries que la pel·lícula es destensarà, no sé, s'esmicolarà, es dissoldrà. I contràriament les pel·lícules, per mi, les seves pel·lícules són pel·lícules que es van carregant, 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 tensant, una mica com una tempesta que es comença a formar i no saps massa quan esclatarà. A vegades no esclata, a vegades passa de llarg, o a vegades sí, esclata amb una espècie de ruptura formal i brutal, fins a l'última pel·lícula, que sí que és meravellós perquè l'última pel·lícula amb la qual s'acomiada al cinema és com un apagar-se definitivament. Llavors, per això dic que el primer plano que va començar amb aquell misteri en 2 minuts pensar que estava davant d'una cosa única, que marcava un parèntesis entre el que passava abans d'entrar al cinema i el que passaria després de sortir del cinema, o sigui, una mena de suspensió en la quotidianitat, doncs, per mi s'ha convertit en un misteri que ha anat creixent i creixent i creixent veient les seves pel·lícules. I, per aquesta raó, jo crec que feliç de poder entregar aquest premi i, si Béla vol pujar, doncs li farem aquesta entrega entusiasmat d'això, del primer premi que entrego, entregar-li una figura tan brutal a la història del cinema com Béla. Béla, can you come here, please?
Un fort aplaudiment. Gràcies, Pere. Mentre que arriba Béla, dir que és tot emocionant que vingui aquí.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I can see you.
Us deixo amb Manel Raga i amb Béla Tarr. Moltes gràcies.
What?
They will screen now the scene of the nation.
Okay.
Well, for me first, only to say that I don't suppose to be here because at the very beginning, I guess you were alone talking about this film. At the end, I'm here, but for me, it's also a big honor because Béla is, of course, one of the directors I admire the most, but also a very close friend. And well, only to introduce myself, I was studying in his film school in Sarajevo, and for me, it was one of the most beautiful things that happened to my life. So I'm very happy he's here and here in Catalonia, and he can receive this award here at Barcelona. So, but we were talking these days because I'm happy that Pere was talking about damnation, and he was sharing this experience when he met Béla through his cinema to this opening scene of this amazing film, and also you have seen this very famous scene from the film. But at the end, talking yesterday, we decided maybe that Béla was feeling like better to not to be. So he was feeling like better to escape about this film, so we can go more like in general terms to talk about more like about the way he's doing cinema during his career, how he understands the cinema or filmmaking. But more or less, we want to keep kind of a structure or in our talk that is more about to follow like from the very beginning the process of a filmmaker or every project has, from the very beginning, from this idea, when the idea is burning, and then to the end, when the finish it's finished. So more or less we want to follow this logic. And so more or less I wanted to ask you, Béla, about this moment, about how you feel. The other day we were in a screening and you were saying that you use cinema in the moment that sometimes you touch the camera, better to say you touch the camera in the moment that you don't have words enough to say something, no? And I think this is very connected to the moment you have an idea and you want to react by making a film. I would like to, if you can share this.
You know, a filmmaker is the same. Another human being who is just doing her or his life. You know, it's the same like you. You are just doing your life and something is touching you or something is moving you. Something inspiring you and something which is stuck in your mind. And you just want to share it with some other people. And that's a very simple thing. I think in every job is the same. When you have a feeling, you know, when you are a chef in the restaurant, you have a fantasy, you are getting a new something, and then you want to share it. And this is normal and very human thing. You know, I just wanted to share you how I feel, what I see, because I believe it will be important for you too, not only for me. This is the reason why you are doing this job, just to show what you saw. And of course, as you see on this take, I did not want it to show to you the life of the people from the Vanity Fair. You saw they are not from there. Of course, you have a kind of moral question, you have to show the people who are fucked up, who has no power, and who has no money, and they are humiliated, they are miserable, but they are human beings. And somehow my goal, it was all the time to fight for the human dignity. And this is somehow the key or main question. That's why I said all the time, this is a kind of moral question. Because when you do a movie, let's say in Europe, mostly in Europe, you are using the public money. And I'm using your text and wasting your money. And you know, somehow it's a real moral question what I will show to you. And let's say, and we will talk today about the way how I was doing films. And if you are a young filmmaker, my advice is only one thing: don't follow me. You have to find your own language. I was working now in the last days with a group of very young people in this film school, and I said them, don't study the filmmaking. They have to learn the life. And if they know the life, the way of the filmmaking will come. That was my advice for them, and my advice for you too. If you are a filmmaker, if you are an architect or some other job, I'm sure you have also the same.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Manel was my student in Sarajevo.
Some water.
And he was a part of this community. And how we were working, it was also special. But maybe we will talk about later.
Well, we were talking about this. We are still in the pre-production, but well, I think it's important. Always the people who watch your films, and it's always very curious about how you deal with the script writing, with the idea of the script. You have a very personal way to do it, or to don't do it at the end. I don't know. I really don't know. And it's if you can talk a bit about how you work, which is your script writing process, or how you build your, I wouldn't films better than stories.
First of all, I don't like the script because it's really, you know, the script is, I know it's mostly for the bankers, for the foundations, and for some official people who are they want to see a guarantee for their invest will come back, or maybe that there will be some benefits or profit or something, and they need some guarantee. And the guarantee in this situation, they believe the script. But the script is just some papers. And when you go and do a movie, you are working with people. And let's say, okay, script. First of all story since the Old Testament is the same. Because when you read the Old Testament, you see everything is happening there, including the Holocaust, including the mass murder, including the mother is fucking her son, or how we started. Cain killed Abel. Compare it for an American cinema. I think it's the brothers killing is very heavy stuff. And this is just the beginning. And when you see, you don't have new stories. You don't need stories because the things are, let's say, if we talk about the damnation, I started a scene, let's say, some effect for the story, and then we leave with the camera and we show a piece of wall, which is also another story, because everything can be story. I remember I was first time in my life in Japan. I met there with an old professor. He was 90-something. And he took me to a museum. And there it was a huge picture, totally white. There it was 2 black points. And the professor said to me, I'm sure for you this picture is about the 2 points. But for us, because you came from West, for them everything is from West, you know, because they are. And for us, about the white. And I did not understand well him. And then he was taking me to a real no theater. It was just 9 hours long. And afterwards, I understand no border, no limit, no rules. You can do what you feel, and you are free. And I just remember I came back, and afterwards we made it this damnation, but I had courage to do the 7 hours, 15 minutes long Sátántángo, because this trip to Japan gives me power. And that's why I'm telling to the young filmmakers, or you are free. no rules, no limits, fuck off the film industry, and don't care about the script. You know, I'm using normally when I'm working just some small cards, and let's say I'm writing 2 words, because when you are in the set or in the location, you have a big mess. Many things could happen, and to understand and not to forget something, that's why sometimes you need just to refreshing your memory. And the cards are in my back pocket, and I'm just putting on the table and to see the structure of the whole movie. It's enough. The script is really doesn't help me, because the script is just words. It's fortunately I could work with a very, very good writer, and you can read his books. It was published in Spanish. His name is László Krasznahorkai, and he is a perfect and very good writer, but it's a different language. My language is the picture. His language are words. That's why I think the script doesn't help me. But you know what is helping me? Now we can turn to the main question, what means the real filmmaking? You are working with real people. Let's say, if you have kind of imagination about the characters, what you want to show in your movie, and what is happening, like when you are cooking, you go to the market and you have a concept which kind of meat what you want to buy. Of course, you never ever get what you believed. This is when you do your casting for a movie, because you just you get something which is approximately the same, but it's not really, because we all are different. And you believe a character, and by the end you will have a real person. Let's say actors or non-actors. For me it doesn't matter, because I could work with a girl. She was just from the orphanage, and I could work in the same movie with Tilda Swinton, and you know, really doesn't matter, real actor or not actor, or just, you know what I need? Personality. Because that's what it will be on the screen. If you are tender enough, if you have enough empathy, you can show their personality, how they are reacting as real human beings, how they are reacting in their private life. You know, this job, let's call it filmmaker, it's same like the hunter. You are just sitting and waiting for the moment when they show up themselves. This is the point when you shot, and it will be there on the screen, forever. And this is what I like in the filmmaking, when I see somebody's eye, the presence, the personality, and the real human reactions. Because I never ask anybody to acting. If somebody is coming and acting, I say them, it's beautiful, but not for this movie. It's simple. What I want to see, who are you? How is your reaction? Because we are different, and this is so beautiful, how we are reacting differently. Our power is in our differences. That's what I have to respect, and I had to understand since my first movie till the last one. And then afterwards, you know, you don't need script. You just need, you have to have list of situations, of course, or cards in my pocket, and then I can do. And I'm listening only, who are you? And then it will alive, because our goal is to say something about the life. Our Old Testament is a very old story. Any story is important, but the way how we are repeating this same old story, it shows who are we. Because each age, each society are repeating the same old story, but the way how we are repeating is different. Sure.
I think the script will fall down because
What?
you already answered a lot of things that I wanted you to.
No, because
So there is
everything
no. Maybe
Manel,
I can go into
everything
sit
is
again.
connected. You cannot.
I know.
You cannot
I
divide
know.
it.
That's the thing. No, I am still in the white wall, you know. No, because I think also that white wall story with these two black points is connecting very well with this scene. With all your cinema at the end, but with this scene that also we have seen, in the sense that it's a scene that in a way, if it's out of the film, thinking a film like a story, it's nothing happened. Or, I mean, it's not affecting directly the story itself. So this, I think, it's a great example of this. And also I think that this anecdote that you are sharing about these Japanese two black points, I think that it for me also, it makes me think that to approach to that idea of what is the main thing, or where is the story, let's say, for me it makes sense that at the end you decide to shoot with long shots, because it's unifying everything. It's equalizing, all the elements are in front of you, the reality.
Wait.
No?
Don't run. Because we were talking a little bit the casting.
Yes,
We
and
were
we come back for
talking
that.
about the dramaturgical
Yes.
structure, but we did not talk about the locations.
Yes,
Because the location,
we go for that.
Okay, we agree. The casting is key question, but the other key question is the locations, because the location is one of the main characters. The location has a face. The location has a meaning. It's the same importance than the whole casting. It doesn't matter, it's matter what is happening on this or there, why I'm shooting on this direction, or why I'm shooting you. And I can shoot this situation. Looks like just sitting in a cafe, and we are just two. But if I'm turning the camera there, I will recognize we are not only two. It's, you know, everything is connecting. Everything has, all together is one unit. And this is the reason why I say the location is, I spending my life for the locations counting, because I do not trust anybody. And I cannot believe one of my assistants will go and see and find. Not. I have to do, because, for example, when we made the Sátántángo, I spent 2 years to go up and down the Hungarian lowland just to see every houses. And every places had a different meaning. And then of course, the casting, it was also a very heavy issue. But you cannot, you have to see the whole world. You cannot see
Everything together.
You know, like a fucking professional who is just going, you know, the professional system. The people are, the director is going for the shooting, because different departments are working. But I cannot believe I'm going to a place where, even if I'm working together with the set designer, with the wardrobe guys and the costume, and you have to be with them. Otherwise, they will be lazy because they just do it as a profession. But the filmmaking is not a profession. The filmmaking is you. Everybody is making differently. As I said, the cooking. Everybody is cooking differently. But the question is it tasty or not? And that's the key question. And if you are honest, and if you open and capable to understand the life, in this case you have a chance. You will do some tasty shit. But otherwise, yeah, if you are, one of you is a young filmmaker, I just beg you, don't be professionalist. Never, ever. And they learn it from me in Sarajevo.
Yeah. No, but it's clear that that's why the script writing question, because I think, of course, in the case of the films you're doing, it's always coming together with the location scouting. You cannot understand script writing without that, even if you write only cards, and the casting. And also, there is another element, I think,
Wait.
missing.
We did not speak about the music.
That's now I wanted to say. First, believe me, it's here.
I believe you. You know what? This is absolute, the way how I'm using the music, it's totally different than how the film industry is using. Because in the film industry, they are going, shooting the scene, and when you don't have enough tension, they are calling, and they have a cut, and they are calling the musicians and the compositor, and you know, no enough emotion. What you can do, they are playing violin, somehow ridiculous, because the music is also one of the main character. It's important. It's there, and that's why I was working with my composer since 1983. Some of you did not born this time when we are already working together, and you have to, I don't know how we are working, but one thing is sure. He goes to the sound studio, he recording something, he's coming to me, and we are hearing together, and I don't know why I was all the time very lucky, because he all the time catched the same feeling what I wanted to show up. And he's a very talented person, and he just, you know why it was easy to working with him? Because our point of view, how we see the world, it was similar. Our point of view is the same. If we, you know, easy to work with a man who is, when we are sitting somewhere, let's say in a cafe, just to keep the same example, we see the same thing. We just look to the other table, and he started to laughing when I'm laughing, and he started to cry when I'm crying. This is the main issue. This is why we could use it, his music, during of the shooting. Sometimes help me when the camera is starting to go or moving, or keep it the rhythm, keep it the whole emotional background. And that's why I think a real main character, one of the real main character is the music. And it's ready, before the shooting is ready. And you know, this is how we are doing. And of course, I know what is the next turn.
The shooting.
Yes, the shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what is the shooting. The shooting is the point when you are really doing the film. Because everything is, until now, you are just putting the elements, and then now the real form is on the shooting, when, you know, it's very important stuff when the situations and everything is start to leave, to see their eyes on this, and you are watching on your monitor, and you just see their reactions. They see how they are silent, and of course, you have to have, I could say, you know, easy to decide now this scene is good, because when you are in the set and you start to shoot, let's say, a long scene, I know now we are okay, because you know what I feel? The whole crew, actors, crew, everybody is breathing in the same moment and on the same rhythm. It means everybody is in the situation, and this is your goal, to take it, to create a real situation, to see on the screen they are in, and the camera is rolling, and it's amazing. This is why I liked it to be filmmaker, because just to feel it. Something is born now. Not a story, nothing, just the presence of the people. And you know, when you have a long scene, the reason why I like it, the long scenes, because the camera is rolling and the actors cannot escape. Because the situation is still going. You know, the same like in the life. You cannot leave from your own life.
Yeah,
When,
it's the question of time.
Yeah,
When you
because
introduce
of
the question of time,
it's
yeah.
going. It's going every minute. And it's no way out.
But for
And
example, with the actors, Béla, you normally you are not rehearsing with them before. I mean, before the shooting. I mean, because normally
What?
it's something. Well, I'm asking. I mean, I imagine you are not doing that, but I would like to ask you
What?
if you never do it. You only work with them when the situation is fixed and when you are in the set, right?
Just in the set.
Exactly.
Why I'm wasting my time and why I'm wasting their life.
Yeah.
You know, I never understand the directors who goes and in a stage and started to rehearsal and blah, 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 blah. Why? Everything is different in the set. You have a table which is real, and you have to counting in the situation with the reality, and the people are real. And you know, it's the main issue is you keep the tension between the people, and you will have real tension when the camera is rolling and they are in a real situation and they have to be there. You know, for example, it was in the Turing horse. I was thinking to work with this guy who was the main character in The Man from London, this Miroslav Krobot. He was a Czech, let's say, theater director, but he was totally okay for The Man from London. But in the Turing horse, he had to hold a horse. And the horse is not a joke. And you saw it. He is an urban guy. And I saw it, he and the horse is, you know, this is how it goes. The shooting is clear and cruel, because you cannot pretending you can holding a horse, because you cannot.
Yeah.
If you ask me after the 9th spine surgery, please run a marathon, surely say I'm not.
Yeah, it's more about to have the right
That's why
personality,
you have
right?
to see, you have to have enough empathy, you know. And of course, the shooting is cruel, because it will be very, very clear what you can do, what you cannot. If, let's say, the chemistry is not working between two persons, it means never will work. And you have to revise what you made wrong.
And this is something you have to know before the shooting, of course. Not to...
Yes. Yes, but the worst case, you will see it during of the shooting. No other way.
But also, for example, of course, the long takes, when you are doing long takes, is what it pushed them somehow to do. They are not able to escape. So it's why, it's when you get their personality. But also, it's more maybe a technical question, like sometimes when we are watching your films, it's sometimes very complicated to imagine that they are very free in the middle of the very complex movements of camera. So also I imagine maybe there is like some rehearsals, but only like you're working them with positions or whatever, like more to build the choreography, I mean.
You know, it's very simple. One hand, I let my, let's say, actors totally free. And that's why I'm not rehearsing. We are just rehearsing only for the camera positions, because it has to be perfect. And the other hand, I just call it the actors when the camera movements are ready. When they are ready, in this case, the actors could come, because I don't want to lose their spontaneity. And the other hand, I need a very strict and precise camera movements. This is the contradiction, because
That's why.
the camera has to be really, and I'm strict about this. You know, during of my life, I was working several cinematographers, but with the same dolly guy. Since, you know, the dolly guy who is doing the movement. Because when the last time we were working in Vienna, the dolly guy, I was taking him from Budapest just because I trust him. The dolly is a key question. Same importance than the cinematographer. But, you know, the shooting is a big adventure, but really lovely.
Yeah, it is. I don't know how we are going in time, because I don't know exactly.
Where
because
are
it
we
has
going?
Yeah, we are okay, but I think that at some point, well, we already talked about the long takes, I think. I don't know if how you arrived to the idea of the long takes, but I think you already explained during the talk. And I would say that you were asking me to make a comment about the editing, but because it's also, you are editing a lot, but I think you are editing a lot during the shooting, right? The editing question, it's...
You know, the Jean-Luc Godard said, I was very young when I read, he said, a real director is editing in the camera. Have you seen some of his latest movie? I think I was the only one around the world who took seriously what I was reading at 16 years old by him. You know, I don't know, I think it's the best if the things are happening once, in real, during of the shooting, and afterwards you just put it. Okay, you remember from your cards, that will be for the beginning, that will be for the end, and you just put it together, the scenes, and then it's done. But what I like very much, you know, because the sound post-production, you just collect everything and then you have to do the sound post-production. Our shootings are very noisy, even if we recording the original sound, useless. And we have to go to the sound studio and we have to create the whole world, because we had to dubbing the dialogues. For example, for the Man from London, it was 3 different languages when they were talking during of the shooting. And then afterwards, we had to dubbing. And let's say in the Werkmeister harmonies, it went 2 languages. It was, the main characters were German, and the other characters were Hungarian, and we had to dubbing for the Germans, for the German cinemas, and we had to dubbing for Hungarian, for the international release. But that's sure, it was, and you know what, I enjoy very much for the, when we are recording the Follies. You know, just the guys are watching the picture and making the noises. And so funny. Every steps it's created in the studio. Really, if you see once, you are laughing like mad. They are really good. Anyway, that's what can I say about the filmmaking, because we went through the whole procedure.
But now maybe there is some questions for Béla, you see. I don't know if
Can
there
we
is
make some light, because you
I don't know if there
I
is
feel
mic or...
between us we have a curtain.
But wait, because I don't know if I hope they have a mic.
Do you see something? Because I'm totally
I see a hand there.
It's okay if the darkness for the screening, but we are not screen anything. Here is somebody appeared and
Yeah,
then
him
disappeared.
there.
Yeah.
Test. Io non pot, Béla. when there was a video sequence, I was thinking of myself that it's like necrologo, as if we're remembering your past while we don't know your present. And I was thinking about the question, and the question is, are you afraid of dying?
What?
Afraid
What?
if he's afraid of time. you're
Dying.
saying dying.
What? Ooh, we need some help. Somebody understand and translate for me?
I'm afraid dying.
What is,
Of the dead, I think.
what?
Of dying. If you're afraid of dying.
I'm afraid from the death?
Yes.
Of course. Who, do you know somebody who doesn't afraid? Who wants to die? Surely not. I like to live. Very much. And I'm sure everybody. And you know what? We were doing everything in my life to protect the life, to protect the human dignity, to protect any kind of life, including the grass at the field. You know, it's why we are doing everything, because we love to live. We don't want anyone to die. No, of course, I'm afraid very much.
There.
Hello, can you hear me? Over here. I have a question like a young cinematographer. You were talking that you were working with 7 cinematographers in your career. And I was actually wondering, can you maybe share some of your advice on the director-cinematographer relationship? And also, I think all of your films are shot on a celluloid, like in film.
But it can be louder, maybe.
No.
Sorry,
Yes, but it's about, he's asking about the relationship between cinematographer and director, in that case in your films, because he's cinematographer, right?
Yes. And also one more thing is, how did you encourage basically to shoot such long takes to the productions using like a lot of negative? Because nowadays if we would do that, people would tell us, why don't you shoot digital, there's no money, which like personally I think that's bullshit. Like a celluloid should be something that should be shot on most of the times, if not always. So can you just like explain your process? How would you deal with that and how would you convince?
No, but he's speaking in English.
I hear, but I just...
Well, it's about the relationship between, you can correct me if I'm saying wrong, because I don't hear this also very well, but it's about the relationship between cinematographer and director, how you were working and what do you, if you can make some advice about that, and also in a question related to deal with long takes and using negative, right? In terms of production, he says that it's something that maybe always it's difficult, no? The mic is not here. I don't hear anything.
I'm lost, sorry.
Well, but the question of the first question I think is clear.
First question is about the cinematographer and the director. You know, everybody is different. Of course, I know some lazy directors who has no visual fantasy, or who, I know some of them, and in this case the cinematographer is owning the movie. But in my case the situation is very simple. I'm a very autocratic guy who is telling the poor cinematographer very clearly the framing, the movements, and I'm rehearsing with the cinematographers, and then I told you calling the actors. But I know some directors who has no any imagination about the camera, but I'm different. I have a strong vision how it looks on the screen. But I said everybody is different. And what was the other question, because I did not hear it.
Well, pots en anglès, per fa? Pots?
En anglès?
Sí, millor.
I think he was telling, like, on the long takes, usually nowadays, they will say, like, shoot it on digital because
Okay, yeah.
celluloid is very expensive. And he was telling, like, that's bullshit. He was encouraging to use celluloid nowadays, even if they say it's expensive. That was what he was saying.
Yeah, everything is expensive in your life. When you go to the shop, it's expensive. You know, somehow the filmmaking is really expensive, especially the 35 millimeter celluloid, and what I was using. But question is, why do you believe this digital shit is cheaper? This is just an illusion, because, you know, it's really, the film material is the real film. This digital shit is, my problem is with this. You know, when in this historical Japanese trip, I had an interview with for the Los Angeles Times, and they were asking me, it was 1984, they were asking me what is my expectation, or because this time it was the digital technology appearing. And of course, that was the question, what I'm thinking about this. And I said very clearly, if we say the film celluloid, it's, let's say, the seventh art, how they call it, I believe the digital picture could be the eighth art. And my expectation till today, if somebody has a digital camera, we'll find a new language. But when I see how the people are using now the digital devices, I became just sad, because, you know, I don't see how, you know, when something is appearing as a new vision. when I saw it, some work of Nam June Paik, I became happy because he was only one who had a sense for and fantasy to using this shitty. But you are right, cheap, you can use it, and you can edit it on your computer, you can release on the internet, you can be free. I really don't understand why you are using the digital devices as a fake camera. Because usually when you see the movies, they are using this digital technology as a fake film. But it's not okay. Create a new language. This is surely good. And you can count with me as a viewer and as a fan. But I hope you understand what you said, what I said.
Hi, thank you, Béla, for sharing what you've shared. And my question will be about the collective dance scene from Damnation, which I think is the best, one of the best scenes in cinema. My question is, how did you make it? What inspired you? How did you imagine the scene? What did you tell to actors?
Which scene?
I don't say anything. It was 300 totally drunk minors, and you don't have to say anything because the evening went itself. And if you are interfering or you are directing, it's over. Because you have to, if you are a film director, you have to create an atmosphere and you have to liberate the people, and they will do better what you could believe once in your life. Just let them free. You mean this dancing? Yes. We just said them, okay, do it, guys, in a circle. And I said, we just put in the camera for a table at the corner and then run. And, no, if I want to direct it, surely fuck up them. No, it's coming. You have to feel it, the people. You have to trust them and then go, live it.
Like also that you were using a different music than the one that is in the shot, right?
I was changing the music for the final version because if we use it, our music, it's surely just they became frozen. But they were using their dance music and just let them free, free, free. Our goal is to living in a free world. Our goal is we need free human beings. And when you shoot, of course, you have to let the people for free. That's sure. That's easy. You don't say anything. No instruction.
Here there is a question there.
Ya puedo. Hola. Hi Béla, hi Manel. Si me podrías traducir, por favor, Manel, que soy Ale, de la escuela.
Oh, no te veo, pero sí que...
Aquí.
Vale, tranqui. Ah, te veo,
Sí. Bueno, tengo dos preguntas y la primera está relacionada con la melodía
Wait.
de las películas, que a veces me las
Si no
pongo.
traduixes tu, ho fas molt bé.
What?
No, that she's gonna ask two questions, and I wanna try to translate, or if it's not, he is doing very well, so I will translate you.
Bueno,
Sí.
A veces me levanto en las mañanas y me las pongo para escuchar y quería saber por qué las escogió, cuál es la relación con esos sonidos, qué piensa o siente con ellos de las melodías en general, de las películas, de sus películas. Y la otra pregunta está relacionada con la voz.
Pero espera, perdona, porque es que yo creo que si podrías hablar un poquito más fuerte, porque he entendido solo la última parte, no he entendido la pregunta completamente. Perdona.
Te repito la pregunta.
Sí, porfa.
Ok. Que está relacionada con la melodía de sus películas,
Sí,
y quería
también.
saber por qué las escogió y cuál es la relación con esos sonidos que siente o piensa de ellos. Es
Vale.
la primera.
But for example, I think it's about why you choose different music, or how you are working to the music, and how you integrate the sound. So I think there is a relationship between the sound and the music, no? So something like this.
But
Not
what
really.
is the question?
What?
I told you, sometimes I'm using our music which it was ready. We recorded before the shooting, or sometimes we just put in after the during of the editing, because I could use it another music for which is motivating the people, their own culture. But one thing is sure, latest of this sound post-production, everything is on the right place. I told you, if I'm using our music for this dance scene, they will be totally frozen. They don't understand this kind of music, but they had their own stuff, and it was perfect. Went well, and this is your goal.
I don't know if we have to finish. I don't know, because...
Sure, Manel. This was the last one.
Okay, because I didn't know. Okay. I don't know if I was translating well this last question, because I didn't understand very well, but I'm sorry, Alex, if... but I think it's yeah, we arrived to the end, so
What?
it's finished. So